Okay, so thank you so much for making time. I know this is, I mean, we asked too much from you, so really appreciate that you made time. So my first question is, so there has been question moving around the club network members. So the first question revolves around Clubcoin. So as you know, Clubcoin is currently trading a below $1. So the question is, what are your plans to increase the profitability? Number one. Number two is, what are you planning to promoting with Clubcoin? Number three is, what's the use case of Clubcoin exactly? So a lot of people ask this one. I know you've elaborated this before, so it's probably like kind of asking you again. And at the moment, Clubcoin is currently ranking about 1,911. What do you have as a plan to bring it at least to top 100? So basically about 4 questions around Clubcoin.
Okay, so the whole plan with Clubcoin is, number one, get it on a lot of exchanges. And it's really hard to get it on exchanges when you have your own blockchain. So we're changing it into an ERC20 token. I'm really hoping that we'll actually be able to start that whole process where everybody can start exchanging within the next 30 days, probably less than 30 days. We are kind of have a team, but really more setting up a team for marketing for Clubcoin with blogs and just actual marketing. Like, we've never had a marketing team for it. And once we're an ERC20 token, we'll be able to be on a lot of exchanges because it's very simple for exchanges because ERC20s, they're all the exact same. So if you have one, you could have 1,000 of them. So that way there'll be a lot more liquidity because we'll be all over the place. And then the most important thing is launching CoinPay because it ties in with CoinPay. So our whole idea from the beginning with CoinPay is have a marketplace where the businesses that sign up for CoinPay will be listed on this worldwide marketplace. They'll be able to advertise to BitClub Network members, and the whole premise of them being able to advertise and get new business is give people a discount to have them come try your business. Give them a discount if they use Clubcoin. And of course, it's mainly our members that own Clubcoin. So now if somebody can save 10% to go get whatever, to go get dinner or go to the nail salon or go to the dry cleaners, if they can save 10 or 20%, it makes sense for them to go and buy Clubcoin to use the Clubcoin to pay so they get that discount. 100% cryptocurrencies, the prices are based on supply and demand. So if we create a demand, price goes up. I don't know that any other like group that has, you know, a group of people that are always going to the same place, because all of our members are always logging into their back office. I don't know that there's any other cryptocurrency that would have as many people following a cryptocurrency and what's going on with it that we would have following ours when that whole thing gets launched. So, I mean, what would be top 100? The goal would be to be top 5 or top 10, but I mean, we've been as high as number 5 in the past, like when we first launched it, and like we literally gave it away for free. Like, we didn't sell any Clubcoin. We gave it free to everybody, and they could go sell it if they wanted to. And BitClub actually put in huge buy walls where, you know, BitClub would buy it back at 5 cents, and BitClub ended up buying back none of it at 5 cents. Like, it never went at 5 cents. It always was higher than 5 cents forever, and it's been as high as $6. But I mean, Bitcoin went up, everything went up. Bitcoin came down, everything came down. So it's just the nature of where the market's at right now. So it's just a matter of time.
Thank you so much for that. So the next question, set of question, is about Bitcoin mining, especially related to the Montana Value Center. So number one is, what's the hashing power rate of this new mining facility?
At the moment, I think we have about between 600 and 700 petahash there.
Okay, so then how well do you think this new facility is going to increase the petahash going forward?
Well, We're expanding the facility. Right now, we have 75 megawatts. We're expanding it another 50 megawatts. It's about 10 petahash per megawatt. So we'd be able to put another 500, but then we're expanding in another location right next door, 300 megawatts. So just put that in perspective for anybody that's been to Iceland, Vern Global, which sits on 45 acres, that's a total of 10 megawatts at that entire facility. So just to put it into perspective, what we're building and what we've already built, I mean, yeah. So, yeah, our big problem right now is not equipment, it's expansion.
Wow, amazing. So will that increase the profitability for BitClub Network members in terms of mining?
Of course it will. I mean, our electricity rate is so low there. I mean, compared to other places, it's almost half of what it is at Vern Global. I think Vern Global we're at like 5.5 cents, something like that, all in. And in Montana we're like 2.8 cents.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, it's.
So we're expecting definitely.
Yeah, and we have long-term, many years contracts already with down payments, like contracts signed, like it's all done. So yeah, we're good.
That's fine. Okay, great. And so people join with Club Network every day, and this is one of the popular questions that we get from a lot of new members coming in, that our hash rate is not going according to the number of people that are joining. So what's wrong exactly? The reason why?
It's just the nature of running a business. So it's hard to explain this stuff because things change so quickly. So some people go, well, if you can't expand right now, like we have plenty of equipment. We have over 100,000 mining machines that we have nowhere to put them. And so people go, well, if you have that many mining machines and nowhere to put them, why don't you just stop taking new people? Well, the reason is because there's a couple places that we think we're going to be able to move in too soon while we're still working on our expansion and be able to add more equipment. But we've also thought that about 6 or 7 times, maybe even 8 times, where we negotiate a contract, they have all the prices all laid out of what it's going to be when it's time to sign. Then all of a sudden, all their prices go up, and it's either, oh, well, that didn't include this or this or this, or, oh, we just got a new client, and they want this much space, and they say they're willing to pay this much, so you need to match what they're willing to pay. And it's like, we can't do that. So it's like we don't want to just stop taking new members and then 2 weeks later be like, all right, everybody, no, we're all good. And then we fill up that facility, and then it's, okay, stop taking new members. Like, people can't run their lives and build a business that way. And so we've thought things were going to happen for the past, like, more than 9 months, probably close to a year. I mean, in Russia, 2 different facilities caught on fire. So, I mean, like, just things happen. And so anybody that's ever run a real business knows that things happen. And we're just trying to deal with them as they come. And then all the time it's like, we got nowhere to put it. And then a week later it's like, okay, looks like we got a place to put it. Okay, and then we work hard on that. So, I mean, if anybody was in our position, they'd literally be like doing exactly what we're doing. So we're just doing the best we can. It's just that anywhere with good, cheap electricity and a facility, you know, that's big, they're all full. Like, and everywhere where we think, okay, we found another place. We think we found another place. Like, I just got a call yesterday of a mega monster going, no, I got a place. I'm like, perfect, then let's get it going. So we always have people sending us stuff, but it's just, this happens or that happens. But, I mean, everything will be fine. But that's why we're not waiting anymore. That's why we're building our own facilities. So once we have our own facilities, we'll be able to ramp up really, really fast. Like, we won't have to wait for anybody anymore. That's what we're just sick of, waiting on other people.
And related to BitClub Network, what's the future plan when it comes to BitClub Network in terms of making it bigger and better? Is there anything that you can tell us about it?
Well, since we began, we've kind of run on 2 principles. Number one is one day at a time, and number two is do the next right thing. So when we started, we never thought of starting Club Coin. Like that wasn't a thing in the beginning. We didn't think of GPU mining. In the very beginning, we were doing script mining, which is different from GPU mining, and we never thought of that until, after we were going for a couple of years. The idea of the trader, we thought we found a trader about a year or 2.5 years ago, but it ended up not working the way we thought it was going to work. So we scrapped that idea of the trader. So we're always trying to find things to do, but if they're not the right thing to do, we're not going to do them, or we're going to stop them, or we're just always going to move to try and do the next right thing for all of our members. But the cryptocurrency market, just with everything, it changes so quickly. Things that literally I could guess for 1 year from now, I'd probably be completely wrong. I never thought Bitcoin would go to 20,000 that fast. I never thought Bitcoin would go back down to 3,000 ever again. I am so wrong of everything I think in my mind, where when people are like, okay, so what are you going to do for the next 5 years? I have no clue what's going to happen. I wish this was something where there was just a blueprint, where if we were a nutritional company, we're like, okay, we're going to follow the path of Amway and Nu Skin and Shaklee and Herbalife and all these successful companies. We're going to follow their path, where we're going to open these new countries and we're going to bring on new products and we're going to be doing this to expand. There's no blueprint to follow. We're literally having to figure this out and make it up as we go, because cryptocurrency is so new and there's nobody that paved the way for what we're doing. So I wish I had a really good answer, but it will be completely wrong a year or two from now, because who knows what direction we might change into, because that might be the most profitable, best thing to do for all the members.
That makes sense. That's really is what life is all about also.
Yes.
And I personally like that is so real, versus painting some older kind of pictures which may or may not happen. For me, I love that principle. The two principle just makes real life very real. And yeah, I've seen this, you personally doing things that way, so I love it. Thank you.
Yes.
And so the next question is on the lighter note. So when are you planning to retire? When you plan to retire, when do you plan to retire, and what kind of things would you be doing when you retire?
Well, I really like scuba diving. I really like playing golf. I like playing pool. I like going sightseeing. I like doing lots of stuff. I hate packing, but I love being in different places. And I'm kind of because I travel so much building BitClub, everywhere I go now, I always miss somewhere else. So it's I really want to go there, and then I get there, and then I'm there for a couple of days, and it's man, I miss being over here. I miss the food there. So I love traveling, even though I've been doing it so much for the past 4.5 years, almost 5 years. But when do I plan on retiring? So how do I answer this? I would love to retire right now. Now, this is going to sound really strange, but hear me out. I would love it. No, people might edit it. I would love it if BitClub would just be finished right now. I got enough money. That would be fine with me, no problem. The problem is I don't see an end in sight. I'm kind of stuck here, and I wish I knew how long this is going to go for. It's just, I feel so responsible for all of my friends, because BitClub is basically made up of my friends, and it's I have to keep doing what I'm doing, even though I would rather be doing a lot of other things, and I don't need money. I don't need to make any more money. I mean, I haven't been paid from BitClub in a year and a half, and probably won't ever be paid again.
Wow.
Like, I don't make money from BitClub anymore. Zero. Like a year and a half ago, I was like, I got enough money. I don't ever need to be paid again.
Wow.
So, like, that's why I think it's funny when I hear people, you know, in other deals talking about, you know, BitClub and all the owners, they're just greedy. And it's like, dude, you have no idea what you're talking about. Like, I don't think there's ever been a person that thinks like myself and other people behind BitClub where, like, we got rich from not being greedy. And we're good. So I would love to be able to stop, you know, doing everything I do. Like, I'm still doing webinars, still doing some meetings here and there. Like, I'm still on the phone working on stuff. Like, just did the webinars for the trader, and, you know, we're trying to get that even better. Still got stuff. I know you're going to ask about BC Premier, and, like, we're still working on so many different things to make BitClub better. I would much rather just be like, I'm out going scuba diving every day, go and play golf every day. I'm done. But I just feel a sense of responsibility. So when am I going to retire? I don't know. I mean, if we're able to, like, when the Bitcoin market starts cranking back up again, so much money dumps in, like billions, hundreds of billions of dollars will literally come crashing into the crypto market in every place possible that it can go into. And so if, you know, we can end up taking different parts of BitClub public, then, you know, we get billions of dollars. Literally, that would go to the members. Even if somebody joined one day before we do some kind of thing like that, they would get back, you know, way more money than they put into it. So we'd have 100% of people with more money than they put in. And then at that point, I could be like, all right, I'm going scuba diving every day.
Wow.
You know, give all the mega monsters and monsters and masters, you know, just giant bonuses.
Wow.
You know,
That's amazing.
but I don't see an end in sight anytime soon. So I'd like to retire tomorrow, but not possible yet.
We don't want you to retire. You just invited into your space to come into recording all the way. So I don't know how to ask this question because I'll be the most miserable person if this happened anyway. But death is imminent, and we all know that we all die one day. So if that happens, what would happen to this club? Who will you hand over everything?
Okay, so I've been asked this question many, many, many times. I think you're misunderstanding who I am.
Okay.
I run nothing. I literally run nothing. If something happened to me right now, the mining's not going to stop, the payouts are not going to stop, the customer support's not going to stop, the trading's not going to stop, building up ClubCoin and CoinPay and all the different things, nothing's going to stop. You just won't have somebody to call and bug. Other than that, everything will keep running. Like, I literally do not run anything or control anything. I know a lot of people, because they see me, think, oh, Russ is the guy. And I keep telling people, I'm not the guy. There's other people. We don't want anything to happen to them. Something happens to me, everybody will be fine.
Yeah. I guess we feel that way because
you see my face. Right.
You've been on the ground.
Right.
I mean, in every country where BitClub is, you were there.
That's not true.
Well, I don't know. Okay.
We have people from probably 130, 140 countries.
Yeah. But in
I
most
have-
countries
Where there's big
growth,
groups, yes, I've been to, yes.
Yeah, and almost everyone else. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And is there anyone that you advise when you make BitClub Network any decision, especially when
A lot of people.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, do you know where the name Mega Monster came from?
No?
Came from Saudi. I mean, it like when way long time ago, we changed the comp plan because there was just issues and everybody was complaining. So I didn't go, okay, everybody, this is what I'm going to do to change the comp plan. Like, I don't do that. Like, it's we're a club, we're a group of people. And so, like, we all discussed it. Like, we all came up with the way the comp plan is. And it wasn't me, it was all of us. So, yeah, there's a bunch of people I talk to if we're going to be making, big decisions. But we don't make, really big decisions very often.
Okay. So this is mostly for the network marketers. People have been disappointed before. Company owner changes the plan, and this happened, that happened. And quite a lot of people say, like, will BitClub compensation plan ever change? And I always say, if it changed anything in BitClub Network, it will be for the best.
So we started out in the beginning with the comp plan was always the same, just percentages going to different places were different. So it used to be where a cycle was $20. Now it's $200. Back then, when you signed up somebody in your team 4, you got 27.5%. Where now you get 8. So if you could sponsor a ton of people, you could make crazy money. But people were buying their first 8, and then no downline. So everywhere where they built a downline, that guy's getting the 27.5%. So everybody's going, Russ, my downline's growing, but I'm blocked on everything. Right. Like, we got to change this. So we modified it, and still, like, after about 6 months, people were like, still getting blocked. So then we switched it to where before we were paying out 10% in the binary, 30%, and it was supposed to be 40% in the originally. So it was 10% in the binary, 30% in the level up, and we changed it to where it was 30% in the binary, 10% in the level up, but the binary ended up paying out 44%. Like, from the beginning, we were like, all right, we'll just leave it. And then we added the mega monster, so that added more bonuses into it. And then last year, like, I don't want to talk about it, but we got crushed on the comp plan. Well, maybe we'll talk about it, because I know you got some other questions where we might go over it. So, but yeah, just changing the comp plan for whatever reason, we're not going to change the comp plan. I mean, we've even been so lenient on the comp plan. Like, if you look at every network marketing company, the way comp plans are laid out, we set ours up to be very similar, but a lot of the rules that other companies have, we actually didn't enforce the rules, where we should have been enforcing the rules, and we didn't enforce the rules, and then we ended up paying out way too much. And the company had to eat it. Like, I can't go back and be like, hey, sorry, I paid you too much, give me the money back. Can't do that in network marketing.
Well, we did felt like you paid us too much. We just never reported it. I feel that way, like, this was too much. Yeah. And so if I'm day one today in BitClub Network, I just signed up with whatever pool, what would you tell me to?
What do you mean? What would I tell you?
Like, what would you tell someone that is just new and want to grow, obviously, whatever they need to do?
Well,
for a brand newbie.
For a brand newbie, I could sit down with a new person for 3-4 hours and talk about stuff. I guess the main thing is that even though you see the price of Bitcoin at $4,000 right now, this is nothing. I mean, I've seen stuff on Twitter where guys are like, I bought Bitcoin at $3, I sold it at $8. I'm so mad because now it's at $11. And people look at that like, but he thought he was doing right by buying at 3 and selling at 8. Right. And I mean, when we were starting BitClub, the price was literally just coming down from when it was at 1,200, and then it was at like 200 for a long time. And I met people that had bought Bitcoin, back when it was 50 cents and $1. And a lot of those people had it in their mind that, it's too late. Like, It's already it's 200 times higher than when I found out about Bitcoin. It's too late. But I believed Bitcoin was going to go to 10,000 and 100,000 and a million. So I was looking at, no, we're still really, really, really early. And just had the belief and believed in the technology. And over the past 5 years, I mean, just everything has gone the way I thought it would. And now you have all the richest people, all the banks, a lot of the top social networking sites, governments, top businesses, like everybody's getting involved in the crypto space. Everybody. But yet, way, way, way less than 1% of people actually own Bitcoin. So if you have all of the richest, smartest people in the world and all the biggest companies in the world and all the biggest banks in the world, if they're all involved with something, but the little guys don't know about it yet, I figured I might want to pay attention to that. And it's no different now. The only difference is when we started, if you try to talk to somebody about Bitcoin, they had never heard of it. Like 95% of BitClub members had never heard the word Bitcoin before they heard about BitClub Network. Where now you have 50, 60, 70% of people have heard the word Bitcoin, so now they know it's something real already when you start to talk to them, but they still have no idea what it really is. And so for me, what I think created my success and what I've seen with other people is that from the beginning, we worked every day to educate ourselves and educate others. I literally have never tried to sell anything here. Like, I don't sell anything. More than half. So when people are like, just with the attitude of, all right, if I give you $5.99, how much money will I make? You know what? Let me be really clear. If that is your attitude, do not join. You're the wrong person for this. I have told that to thousands of people. We're not looking to sell everybody. I don't care if anybody joins. After we got started, after our first year and a half, and we had this mining equipment built up, literally from that moment forward, we never needed another person to join. We have the equipment. We make money. We couldn't go anywhere. So if nobody else joins, BitClub will literally still be here and everybody will keep getting paid. So it's just about educating people and learning what's really going on. And if you're thinking, oh, I just need to figure out how this mining works and how do we make, and let me do my graph and my spreadsheet, get out. Just go away. This is the wrong thing for you. We have so many people, hundreds and hundreds of people that joined BitClub in the very beginning, did all their spreadsheets and went, I'm never going to break even. I'm never going to break even. Never going to break even. I can't do this. They don't log in for 3-4 years. Come back later. Hey, is that Bitcoin thing still going? Yeah, it's still going. Okay, figure out how to get logged into their back office and see they got $40, $50, $60, $80, $100,000 sitting in their back office from one founder position that they bought, and they went, how's this possible? Because Bitcoin's different. This is not a normal spreadsheet of 1 + 1 = 2 = 4. It doesn't work like that. And when people go, okay, well, explain it to me. I can't explain it to you in 1 hour. This takes time. Like, I just saw that the richest, smartest people were investing tons of money into something that nobody knows about. And if they're doing it, I need to figure out what's going on. And I took the time to figure it out. And when you figure it out, your life changes. Like, you have thousands of people in the world of Bitcoin that have more money than they can ever spend, but they're all working hard. Why? To make money? No, they can't spend the money they have. It's to change the world. It's a world-changing thing. Forget the money. Try and do the right thing. Don't worry about the money. The money will come more than you can ever spend.
Wow, this is amazing. Wow. Okay, so next question is about CoinPay. And what's the experience of
So CoinPay works fine. It's been running for more than a year. I mean, we've done, I don't even know, probably a couple $100 million through it.
Okay.
We have other companies, a couple other companies that use it, doing, some of them more than $1 million a month. Works perfectly, no issues at all. The only problem is it does so many different things. Like I can give you a website right now, and somebody can go sign up for CoinPay right now.
Okay.
And then when you come to me and say, Russ, they don't understand this. Okay, what do you want me to do? Well, help them. I'm not a programmer. We don't have there's literally more than 100 APIs that will encompass just about every type of business you can ever imagine. If somebody has a programming team, they will be able to go in and figure everything out and use it. But 99% of businesses don't have a programming team, and it's going to be very complicated for them. And so that's why we have to make literally like 100 different videos, more than 100 videos and tutorials that explain everything step by step by step by step by step in all the languages. And so that's all that's being built right now, is all of that. So that, because if we launch CoinPay and it's too complicated and everything, it's just going to flop because people aren't going to use it. So we need it to be perfect before we launch it, and then we will dominate the market. Like nobody has a sales force like we do.
Right. Okay.
So I mean, we'll have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of businesses using it on a marketplace where you can get discounts. It's like we will fly past everybody. So. Yeah.
And
but I don't know when. I mean, I'm hoping to get an update here really soon on, to see where everything's at, but it's just a giant workload. I mean, and forever it took a long time because can't really have them doing things when it's still being built, and then now it's all there, but they actually built in it's not a new platform, kind of a new version where more than half of the APIs changed. And so it just made it where it could scale better. And then a lot of the stuff that actually got done was actually no good anymore. Like, it's just different things like that. It's really frustrating. And I'm not the guy that does this stuff. So when I'm like, what is going on? Come on. They're like, all right, so here's what happened. I'm like, what? And everybody's like, Russ, but you said, I'm just like, oh. I'm not giving any more dates. When we're working on it, as soon as it's ready, we will launch this thing. And I'm hoping it's going to be very soon. But yeah, it's just such a gigantic process. And I mean, look at BitPay or Coinbase. You're talking about companies that raised, Coinbase has raised what, 200 million, 250 million? Like, we didn't sell anything. We've built that on our own. Yeah, and we haven't invested 200 million. It's not like that. But these companies can go a lot faster because they raise so much money to dedicate 100% to that, where CoinPay from the beginning has been our side project, not our main focus business. Where, Coinbase or BitPay, they raise, like I said, $100 million, a couple $100 million, and it's all they do, nothing else. So it's, we're building it different than they built it, but when we launch it, we crush them overnight. without having to raise hundreds of millions of dollars.
Wow, that's amazing. And so you kind of answered this one since we take it day by day as things come. But is there any plan of having additional products apart from the one that we have? And also,
Of course.
what's the experience of BC Premier? What's the user case so far?
Okay, so BC Premier actually came from, like, I know some of you guys have seen the gold cards that we have.
Yes.
So that's a company that's really more like a concierge service. And they're actually really, really amazing. Oh, here's actually one of the cards right here. So, see, it's literally solid gold with diamonds on it and completely customizable, but it's actually very expensive, but it's attached to a concierge service that does so many different things for us. But that service is $5,000 a year. And a whole lot more than that to sign up for the service and get the card. So BC Premier is the exact same company, and the service is basically the same service, but instead of having just single one-on-one contact with a certain individual, you're using an app, but they have people 24 hours a day that are servicing everybody and will help you with anything you need, but you don't have just the one-on-one individual attention. But I mean, I've saved tens of thousands of dollars from using the service. And with BC Premier, it's $3,500 to buy it, and then I think it's like $700 a year, where that's way cheaper. But again, if you're traveling a lot, flying business class, first class, you're staying in really nice hotels, going on vacations, for me, what the biggest part is not even saving the money, it's the time I save. Because I say, hey, I'm going to go to Bali and I want to get a villa in this area. Within hours, they're sending me over options and how much they are. Some of these places I go look up online and it's way more expensive than the prices that they're quoting me. And I'm like, oh, I love that one, book it for these dates. And they just, it's done. Like, so I save a lot of time, save money. And BC Premier is basically the exact same thing, except we haven't launched it to everybody yet, because when the Mega Monsters and Monsters, some of them were buying it and using the service, on their side, that app is not where it needs to be. So we're like, look, this is what the level of service we're looking for this to be at before we launch it to all of our members. So those guys are building it up. Now, if you got the gold card and the $5,000 a year service, perfect. And that's like, we want it to be almost at that level before we launch it to everybody, because like, I know how good the service is. But when somebody's using an app and the app looks very plain and basic, now if you text them, they're going to do whatever you need. But it just doesn't look super clean and nice and, you know, super organized and easy to understand. It just, people get confused a little bit. So we're like, we need this process to be perfect. And once that is, but once you actually have access to the service, they're amazing.
I see.
Yeah. So don't worry, that'll be.
Great. And the future products?
I don't know yet. I don't know. I mean.
But we have a plan too.
Well, when you say we have a plan, I mean, we wanted a trader 2.5 years ago, but it just didn't work out. And then about, I don't know how long ago it was, probably like 9 months ago, we met the guys with the BC Trader and started working with them. But yeah, I mean, some things we start working on don't work out. Other things, you know, we take a shot in the dark, they end up working out. Like, we didn't know if that was going to work. So, I mean, last time we told people we're going to get into trading, everybody started promoting it, and they were like, never mind, cancel. And people were pissed at us. Like, people were mad. Like, just launch it anyways, figure it out later. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, not going to do it. I mean, let me just give you guys an example of what happened. So we found this trading platform. We bought it from these guys, and we put money into it. We were using it, but we really believed everything that they really explained to us, not what we saw with our own eyes. And so we told everybody we were going to be launching this and explain the compensation plan we were going to do, everything. Now you got to remember, this is back when the price of Bitcoin was probably at like $400 or $500. So nobody in BitClub was rich yet. Nobody was rich yet. We were still doing less than $10 million a month in sales. So we were still really small. Nobody was rich. We were all still flying economy and staying in little cheap hotel rooms for the most part. And we did this event with just leaders that came in, about 150 of the top leaders from around the world. And the guy that helped create it did a whole thing. And everybody went out, and I was like, it's not ready yet, so just wait. But in network marketing, tell somebody something, they start promoting it. So everybody saw how much money was getting committed to come in, and they were start doing like what the compensation plan is going to be. And they knew the day we opened it up that from the comp plan, they were going to make this much money. So we had people going out looking at cars, looking at houses, because they knew how much money they were going to make. And low estimates, in the first 30 days, we would have had way more than $100 million come in. Way, 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 way more. And we were doing less than $10 million a month at that time. And when we found out, now the money we had in it, testing, we made a profit. But it was not big enough. It was too small. And so we're like, we can't launch this. Any other owner of any other network marketing company would have said, bring in the money, we'll figure it out later. We don't do that. If we would have done that, we'd be out of business right now. 100%. So when we came with this trader, I mean, we tested it and tested it and tested it. We know the results. But it's also not a super simple thing to use. Once you understand it, it is very simple. But it's getting people the understanding of what's going on. It's not where you just sign up and leave it for 6 months and then come back. Like, it does 95% of the work for you, but you have to do that 5%. And when we started selling Ethereum mining contracts, because we didn't know GPUs could mine other things. When we sold the first contracts, we thought these machines were only for Ethereum. We didn't know. We were just learning. So when we started the Ethereum mining contracts, because we didn't know GPU, we found out you could mine Ethereum 2 weeks earlier. 2 weeks and 1 day earlier, we didn't know you could mine Ethereum. 2 weeks later, we're selling Ethereum mining contracts and sold out the first group of contracts in 17 minutes. And we were being attacked for the first 7 minutes of that. Like the website was frozen. So we're working on stuff, but I don't know if it's going to happen or not going to happen. And something could happen literally 2 weeks from now that I don't know about right now. Like, that's our history. So we're always going to be doing stuff. But, I mean, we really want to get the stuff launched that we're doing now. Like, right now we got mining, but we have the trader that I think should be the big focus right now. And then we got CoinPay, BC Premier. You know, I mean, we're working on ClubCoin, but that's a different project. That's not really a part of BitClub. We gave it away to all of our members, but now it's it's its own thing. So, like, we're always working on stuff, but I mean, the main thing is we want to get everything running that we're already working on. But you never know 2 weeks from now.